So now let's talk about HTML attributes. Firstly, we are going to define what are attributes. Attributes define additional characteristics or properties of the element such as width and height of an image. So they also provide additional information about an HTML document, and all HTML elements can have attributes. And attributes are always specified in the start tag. We have several attributes like the href attribute, where the link address is specified in the href attribute and we use the anchor tag. The next one we have is the source attribute, where you use img and HTML images are defined with the img tag. And the third one we have the style attribute, which is used to specify the styling of an element like color, font, size. We also have the ID attribute, which is used to give a unique name or identifier to an element within a document. This makes it easier to select the element using CSS or JavaScript. If you are wondering what is CSS, it's just a cascading style sheet. The next one we have the class attribute. Like the ID attribute, the class attribute is also used to identify elements, but unlike ID, the class attribute does not have the unique in the document. This means you can apply the same class to multiple elements in a document. Now let's talk about HTML headings. What are HTML headings? HTML headings are titles or subtitles that you want to display on a web page. HTML headings are defined with the H1 and the H6. And HTML offers 6 levels of heading tags. The first one we have is the H1, and the second one is H2, H3, H4, and H5 and H6. The heading level number, the greater its importance. Therefore, H1 is the largest heading and H6 is the least heading. Now let's talk about HTML paragraphs, and firstly we are going to define what are HTML paragraph. The paragraph element is used to publish text on the web pages. Paragraphs are defined with the opening P and the closing P. So now the last thing we are going to talk about is the HTML styles. The HTML style attribute is used to add styles to an element such as color, font size, and more. So we have three methods of implementing styling information to an HTML document. The first one is inline styles, which is using the style attribute in the HTML start tag. The second we have is the embedded style, which is using the style element in the head section of the document. And the third one we have is the external style sheet, using the link element and pointing to an external CSS file.